I'm fresh off the plane from DC. I just spent a week there for the AUSA, which is the Association of the United States Army. It's their annual convention. So they had, I think, over 30,000 people in attendance, which was awesome. And that's kind of the annual number that they anticipate, and 90 plus countries in participation. So when you think of that, that's global, right? That 90 countries is a lot of people. There was one night where I was sitting next to a table from Guatemala. I saw Holland there. I saw, who else? Italy, France, like the big dogs are all the Spain, just walking around casual, lots of Canadians, lots of Australians. We love it, right? It's a great place to not only connect and network, but also to hear and see what other countries are doing. And they come here to the United States to see what is the US working on technology-wise. The exhibition floor, I think, had over 400 exhibitors from IBM to GM Defense, you name it, Lockheed Martin, they're all there, Leidos. And you're getting to see really cool technology that the US is developing, and then what some of these international companies are working on too. And there is so much money to be spent. That was one funny thing that I took away from this year's conference. I was walking around the exhibition floor and I heard a guy on the phone saying, we have $1.2 million to spend. What are we going to get today? And that's just a crazy perspective shift, because he's literally there to go shopping for equipment for the government. And so just remembering the kind of people that are there, the skill sets, the experience that they have, maybe post-military, lots of retirees, lots of veterans. But let me just give you a recap specifically about, we had a region breakfast with General Flynn. So for those who don't know, General Flynn is our 4-star general who takes care of the entire Pacific region for the Army. So we're talking Alaska, Japan, Korea, Guam, Hawaii, California side, like all of it. And so what was his message like? It was completely night and day from last year. So I actually attended last year in 2023. 2023 was very positive. Like, these are all the great things that the Army is doing in the Pacific. These are kind of the things we're working on, training, lots of land force exercises with the Philippines and Australia and India even. This year, very different tone. Constant reminder that if you are in uniform, and he kept taking like this, if you are in uniform, you wake up every single day to prevent war. And we're like, oh, everybody kind of sat up a little bit straighter. And then he went on to remind us of some of the things that are going on. One of the things I was not aware was that Russia and Korea has met over 50 times in the last couple of years. That is not a normal thing to do. Like, normally, maybe like once every 2 years, you get together with another country and kind of see what's working, what's not working. 50 times. Another thing is, I didn't realize Southern Korea has almost the same amount of infantry as Oahu does. So on Oahu, I think we have like 17,000 service members in the Army that are like 25th ID and like all of that going on here. There's almost the same amount of that in Korea. So Korea is very, very strategically placed for a purpose and a reason, and they are very much amping up in preparation for the unknown day that something is going to happen. And so it was a wake-up call that you don't do the things that you're doing as an evil country for nothing. You don't have these meetings for nothing. You don't build the type of things that they're building for nothing. They're planning to use these things. And so our job, being strategically placed in the Pacific, is to help prevent those things, number one, and also to prepare for those things. And so I really left that meeting going like, okay, like I needed the wake-up reminder. And again, I'm a civilian, I'm a veteran spouse, but I'm not Army-related family. I never served in the Army. My brother was in the Army, but I'm kind of distanced, and I'm really more involved now as a civilian. And so as a realtor, I'm like, first of all, what a crazy experience to be in this room with the Pacific's leaders. So we had Korea was there, the head of the Army in Japan was there at this breakfast, and then obviously like our Pacific leaders were there. And I'm just going like, little old me is sitting at this breakfast table listening to this talk. What do I do about this, right? Like, what is my position in all of this? How do I even help? I think war is imminent, and he made that very clear during his speech too, that it's not a matter of if we go to war, but unfortunately when. And I really do think it would be a world war with everything that's going on in Europe. Knowing that North Korea has soldiers now in Iran, this is not a secret, that Iran has signed an alliance with Russia and North Korea, like they are definitely working together. And then all the things that we have going on with China and Taiwan and like all of these other things too. It's gonna be big when it happens. And we're already kind of seeing some of those things play out with Iran right now and Ukraine, obviously. And so what is our role? For Hawaii specific, I'm on the island of Oahu. We have a base for every branch of the military. And specifically, I really want to talk to someone who might be PCSing here in the next 6 to 12 months. You have no idea basically how important we are in Hawaii. And I laugh, but I really mean it in a serious tone. Just knowing that when you get here, this is not a cruise duty station. You are on a mission, and your job is to be alert and on top of your crap every single day. So I left the meeting going, okay, my role now officially is way more serious than I took it to be. But the importance of having a home to come to that you're not stressed about payments, that you're not stressed about how happy your spouse is, that you have a home that's actually a place for you to rest and recover so that you can do your job to the best of your ability. That is my new mission, is to make sure that if you are a soldier or a veteran coming in and you're working with the government, that your housing is the least of your concerns, that I can take that stress off of you, be able to give you all of the options in a very clear and concise manner so you can make the best decision for you and your family so that you can go do your job that you need to do. That is my new job. I had a colleague, a lender that came with us. He's one of our community partners as well. And we both just left the meeting going like, whoa, first of all, like jaw to the floor, holy crap, we need to like get ready. Secondly, we really have a mission to do our job to the best of our abilities. And so it was really encouraging, great perspective shift, because I think a lot of the times as civilians, we get untapped from the world. There's so many conversations we're not a part of. And even just volunteering with a community like AUSA, again, it's all these community members who have a heart and a mission to help the greater mission, even though we're not in service. We can all help each other and help this greater community. So there's secondary and tertiary people that are all part of this military family. What can we do in our position to help make it a little bit easier for them? And really, I've just taken it to in this next chapter is like, that is my role. That's my role with AUSA. That's my role as a real estate agent, to bridge the gap between locals and people who are coming in and helping. Like, there's a lot of bias and stereotypes and misinformation. I just want to help everybody, number one, get along, which I know isn't always realistic, but just to have the perspective shift of the other side and just help make that transition a lot easier. So that's the biggest thing, takeaway. Basically, war is imminent, and every single day we're trying to prevent war. So being aware of that, your job is very much serious in all capacities, whether you're doing supplies, whether you're in medical, or whether you're literally a cook, it doesn't matter. Every role that you play for the military is very important. And so, especially for spouses, I know a lot of times we can get disconnected from what our husbands do for their jobs. Just realize the home life is so important too. And so I want to make sure that you have a great experience when you come to Hawaii and have a great quality of life as well. So that kind of wraps up my AUSA takeaway. I did get a little glimpse of fall, which was really nice. The temperatures dropped down to like 40 degrees a couple days. The trees were starting to turn colors. You guys can go on my Instagram and see some of the mashup vlog that I did of that. Beautiful. It was fun to wear a trench coat for a couple days, but I was very much ready to come home to 80-degree weather and really just get to work. So as a chapter member of AUSA, we have a lot of big plans to reinvigorate the chapter, get the community involved. And I'd love to hear from you guys too. What is something you would love to see the Army doing that they're not doing right now? On a community level, if you're a veteran business owner, you can get involved. We would love to cross-promote and again, bridge that gap and just help each other. It's about a collaborative relationship. So I will see you guys next week with another video. Take care.